Naaman healed of leprosy. 2 Kings 5-119. Silhouettes introduce Naaman and Elisha across a river of healing. Verse teaser appears. 2 Kings 5-1 anchors the story. In Aram's hall, Naaman steps forward, honored yet burdened. Icons crown his achievements, great, esteemed, victorious by the Lord. A shadow reveals the truth. The mark of leprosy remains. Scripture grounds the moment. 2 Kings 5-1 on screen. Warm sunlight fills Naaman's home, gentle and hopeful. The servant girl speaks courage to Naaman's wife. Faith shimmers as the idea takes root in her heart. Scripture banner appears. 2 Kings 5-2-3. A royal seal presses wax. The journey begins with a letter. Gold, silver, and fine garments cascade in generous measure. A courier line arcs from Aram to Israel across the map. Scripture overlay anchors the montage. 2 Kings 5-4. Naaman mounts his chariot, resolve bright in his eyes. The king reads the demand, "Heal my servant." In anguish, he tears his robes, worry fills the air. He cries, "Am I God?" The room chills with doubt. Scripture appears. 2 Kings 5-7, centering the scene. In a modest room, Elisha writes with calm assurance, "Have the man come to me." The message glows and lifts, carrying hope beyond the rooftops. Across sunlit roofs, the words travel an unseen promise in motion. "Have the man come to me." The glowing words form, clear and bold. Scripture appears. 2 Kings 5-8, a promise of a prophet in Israel. Naaman's chariot halts at a humble doorway, dust curling in the sun. Expectation tightens in his eyes, honor meets simplicity. The door opens partway, a composed messenger steps into the light. Scripture appears. 2 Kings 5-9, marking this unexpected meeting. Grandeur and simplicity stand face to face, a breath before instruction. The messenger delivers Elisha's words, calm and direct. "Go, wash in the Jordan 7 times, your flesh will be restored." Naaman's face registers disbelief, pride bristling at the simplicity. Scripture confirms. 2 Kings 5-10, a clear command, no spectacle. Silence hangs, simple words weigh heavier than armor and rank. Frustration flares as Naaman turns from the humble doorway. He imagines grander rivers, Abana and Pharpar shimmer into view. I thought he would surely come out. His pride speaks louder than faith. He storms away, dust lifting behind the chariot wheels. Scripture grounds the rebuke. 2 Kings 5:11-12. Servants catch up beside the chariot, speaking with earnest respect. If it were a great task, you would do it. How much more this simple one? Their counsel wraps around his pride, inviting humility. Scripture echoes their wisdom. 2 Kings 5:13. Naaman nods, a small surrender that turns the story. Naaman steps into the Jordan, hesitating as the first count appears. He descends to his knees, testing the cold water and his resolve. Naaman dips under and emerges, skin unchanged, breath measured. On the bank, servants nod, forming a quiet frame of support. He exhales, steadies himself, and commits to the path ahead. Naaman prepares for a second descent, doubt flickering at the edges. He submerges and rises, obedience continues, though change is unseen. With a breath, he descends a third time, steady and deliberate. He emerges, marked yet unwavering, choosing faith over sight. The fourth descent stretches time as resolve hardens within him. He rises unchanged, gripping hope tighter than disappointment. For the fifth dip, a heartbeat thuds, courage steadies his hands. He emerges again, no change, yet while encouragement waves from shore. The river hushes, creation pauses as Naaman lowers once more. Under the surface, the light dims, he disappears into quiet. He rises and looks heavenward, unchanged, yet expectant. Naaman plunges the 7th time as radiant beams gather below. He breaks the surface skin, renewed like a child's, glory shining. On the shore, servants cheer through tears, awe washing over them. Naaman touches his restored skin, humility and gratitude flooding in. Naaman returns to Elisha's home, humbled and grateful. He declares, "Now I know there is no God in all the earth but in Israel." Naaman offers gifts in gratitude for the mercy he has received. His proclamation radiates like light as the courtyard stands still. Inside, Elisha gently refuses the offered treasure. Grace cannot be bought. Elisha stands firm in holy restraint. Naaman bows, receiving the refusal as a sign of God's mercy. The treasure closes, sliding away. Unearned grace remains. Naaman requests 2 mule loads of Israel's earth to honor the Lord alone. He pledges, no more sacrifices to other gods, only to the Lord. Quiet approval meets his new devotion under the warm sun. Naaman seeks pardon for escorting his master into Rimon's temple. The room dims to a respectful hush as the question settles. Elisha's calm presence steadies the moment. Elisha blesses him, "Go in peace." Hope settles over Naaman as he turns to depart. He rides away, dust sparkling like stars in daylight. From metals to mercy, Naaman's journey begins with honor but a hidden wound. His strength could not save him, only humble obedience could open the way. The Jordan's waters sketch the story: need, promise, and the 7th dip of faith. Grace met him at the river, his skin was renewed, and his heart transformed. Takeaway: God heals through humble obedience. Naaman's pride gave way to trust. Scripture focus: 2 Kings 5-1-3 highlights need and a whisper of hope. Greatness meets need. God plants hope through a servant's faithful words. Remember, small voices can carry God's big hope into hurting places. Hold this truth: God's help often comes through humble, faithful messengers. Scripture focus: 2 Kings 5-9-12 contrasts spectacle with simple obedience. Expectation shouts for drama. Wisdom invites a simple step of faith. Let this settle: God's power meets us in obedient simplicity, not showmanship. Trade the grand performance for trust. The river is where grace is found. Scripture focus: 2 Kings 5:14-15 celebrates restoration and living faith. From sickness to wholeness, testimony rises where obedience met the water. Truth proclaimed: there is no God in all the earth but the Lord of Israel. Grace restores the body and awakens the heart to confess God's name. Introduce key figures clearly for young viewers and quick comprehension. Supporting cast: faithful voices and rulers within the unfolding story. Color-coded labels keep roles distinct and easy to remember. Lower thirds are reusable across scenes to reinforce clarity and flow. Aram to Samaria: the journey line draws with confident momentum. Samaria to the Jordan: geography simplifies what pride complicates. Jordan focus: the river becomes the stage for obedience. Return route: from the waters back to the prophet's house. Royal scenes pulse with bold drums and ceremonial rhythm. By the Jordan, gentle strings shimmer like sunlight on water. For miracles, airy synths bloom with radiant overtones. Parchment rustles and seal clicks, mark letters and decrees. Water whooshes and soft chimes guide each faithful step. Aram glows with bold crimson and regal gold accents. Israel's palace cools into trustworthy blues and silvers. Elisha's home rests in earthy neutrals and humble warmth. The Jordan shimmers with teals and sunlit ambers. Miracle moments bloom in pure whites and warm glow. Where's God asking you to obey simply today? Open the scriptures and step into the story yourself. Let humble obedience turn pages into living faith. Credits roll with gratitude and clarity. Primary text acknowledged, 2 Kings, 5-1, 1-9 Holy Bible. We close with the title motif and a final ripple to white.